What's up? How are you doing? Luzze Andrew Anderson is my name. And I'm here to tell you who basically Anderson is, simple little bit of his background. Then some of how I got to join media, the extreme entertainment media. Then a little bit of the hardships that have been there in between. So let's start off. Luzze Andrew Anderson was born 1988. You can do the calculation and see how old I could be. That was 19th Feb. I was born by Nanyanzi Mary together with, that is the late Nanyanzi Mary with the late Captain Chugo Lucas. I am the last born in my family. We were very many, but I grew up with only my sisters. Yeah, I'm the last born. We were 5 of us. All of them are currently married. It's only me who is not married. Yeah, went to different schools, went to quality kindergarten, then from there I moved to quality primary school. I went to Seguku primary school. Every kind of class that I reached and I had to change the school. Went to Igos Nest, Kajansi Progressive, Bishop Dunstan, that's where I sat for my senior 6. Then in between there, because we didn't have parents, both of them died. My father died like today, then after a week, then my mother died. They died of HIV. Yes, them days, the HIV of them days. So the church took us up because we didn't have the so-called relatives, So took everything, property and whatever. So the church took us up, that is Yeswa Hwaga in Seguku. There was Papa Ron together with Mama Shuli, Pastor Damida and Mam Sisi. So they're the ones who helped out with our school. I was like in my primary 3. My primary 3, so that's when they took it us up to when I finished my secondary school. They could provide everything, the basic needs of life, from tuition, food, shelter, clothes, medication, think of it. They did it, all in good faith. And when they helped us, they brought up an NGO, I would say, which is Feed Islam. Now they've helped over thousands and thousands of kids all over Africa and more so here in Uganda. Have schools, they do a lot of stuff. So I finished my senior 6 and I had to continue. Growing up, I've always wanted to be a pilot. I wanted to fly planes. But because there was economic crunch, so the people, the whites, the people from America who are helping out, they couldn't afford the $18,000, for me to take up my course in sorority flying school. But I went there, I got admitted, so I studied for like a month. Then they could not raise the $18,000. That's approximately like 36 million, something like that. Damn days. So I sat for a year, no school, no nothing. Then I got to think of it. My sister told me, you know what? It is up to you. You can either continue with your studies or you're going to stop here. And because she was going to be the one helping out with paying the tuition now, and the church couldn't take it off, so she made her choice. She wanted me to join a medical school, and I joined a mid-care health professional school that is in Mengo. I did medical laboratory for 3 years, got done. In between there, that's when we were watching TV. Them days I was in my hostels with one of my cousins called Deborah. So there was some competition called the Icon. The idea was brought up by Hakem the Dream together with Nan Patrick among the producers plus other people, Cleopatra. So I saw the competition going on in our hostels and we were watching TV. And I saw all these kids come up, they went to different universities, Makele, Chambo, Gonkumba, YMCA, Christian University. They went to different universities, across Uganda. So they were looking for the best TV presenter, So, because I was in a medical school and I wasn't in any of those universities, so I noticed that I had no opportunity. So, but later, when the competition was almost done, so they were like, we should give an opportunity to the rest of the Ugandans who are not, in universities. So when I saw the ad, I told my cousin, oh, I think I can beat those people because I had the background of doing debate, yeah? We used to debate. So she told me now, you first try out. So she used to have her bed like the other side and I used to stay this side and the TV was just in the middle of our room. Then I stood up and I started doing something. But them days, of course, they used to be Jama Agenda, the late show, very many of them. So she could give me any, she's like, do Showtime magazine and then I do a simple run, yeah? Like a cappella. Nowadays they call it screen test. But this time around we did not have a camera. So I did my screen test, yeah, and because she was a genuine lady, she always says facts. If you're poor in something, then she will tell you. So she was like, you can't beat them. And we had followed, the entire program when they had started off. She told me, you can beat them. I was like, cool, I can beat them. So I had to get transport, of course, to go because they had told the rest of the Ugandans to come at the National Theatre. So I didn't have transport. And I know that is like 5,000 Ugandan shillings. So them days I had the car girl. She's called Sharon. She's called Sharon Williams. She has backed up different artists when they're doing live performances, from Bobby Wine to the likes of David Lutalo to Chameleon to mention them. She's backed up them when they're doing their live performances. By then she was in I think level 6, yeah, level 6, that is senior 6. So she had some money she gave me because she was day schooling and then I was in hostel. So I went, got transport, went to National Theatre. I did my first test and I beat them hands down. Of course, there were other people in the competition. There was Webb Daniel, there was different other acts, yeah. But now some of them are also working on different TV. So just like that, I got to WBS. I was the winner. They gave me a job. I first started by sitting in for Barbara Yatta for Showtime magazine. So then later Hakim the Dream still, they came up with the idea of a morning show because Hakim was so much into radio, but then he was on Radio City. So they brought up this program which was kind of radio-like, They're doing press reviews, they're doing a little bit of politics, they're doing main stories there. Then they put in a little bit of sports, then they put in a morning flavor entertainment. It was a 30-minute show. So just like that. Now I'm done with school because I got the job when I was still doing school. So when the holidays came, I didn't have nowhere to go because the station was in Naguru. There's no way I would leave Lubowa to Naguru, transport and all that. So what I decided was to move with my luggage. I went to Bukoto, Kopil then with my my mattress and my suitcase. So I asked some of the Boda guys, is there any place I can rent, because I had gotten my first salary, which was 220,000, yeah. So yeah, I got my first room. I was paying 70,000 Ugandan shillings. I'm trying some for that room. Yeah. Before you could know it, I started associating with different other artists who could come and drink by nearby petrol station. Of course, Pepe Cool used to be there, Mlangandaos, Kasuku, DJ Brian, the official DJ for Pepe Cool. So I started chatting with them. We started, they used to advise me here and there. Of course, Isaac, that is Kasuku. Then we started off Morning Flavor, just like that, a 30-minute show, and it was a blast. It was the first Lugambo show, gossip show, entertainment news show on TV, and it was a success, I would say. I hosted all artists, mentioned them, apart from Juliana only, mentioned them. I could bring them in the morning. My show used to start at around 8:30 to 9, 30 minutes, yeah, and it was a success. That's how I got to TV. Then in between, of course, I had to do medical practice, yeah. My profession, what I studied for, which was medical laboratory. I worked in it for like a year, but it wasn't paying. But my patients loved me a lot, so I had to quit. I concentrated on TV. Later on, I had to go back, do a little bit of study, yeah, study again journalism. So I went to UMCAT. In summer journalism, I used to pay for myself. I got done with that. In between there, of course, when you're having a successful show, when you're winning in anything that you do, of course, you expect to have a couple of friends, who come through, from the SKs to the Ivans, Simwanga to the Chameleons, to mention them. Yeah, I worked with them, and they were good friends. So I worked for like 7 years. After 7 years, of course, you all know what happened to WBS TV. Wagamna Broadcasting Services. There were some issues and it got closed. This was my first job, so now there wasn't no work. I stayed for like 7 months with no work. I was a careless person. I spent my money in a wrong way. Buying cars, hanging around, party every day. So now no job. You have to hustle out. Nengenda Rwanda, to get some gigs there. Things were not working out. I worked with Buddy. Shield was supposed to come up with some show. Things were not moving right. But thank God later on, as I was in Rwanda, Record TV calls me, they give me an opportunity, and I started working for them. From a show called Katobo, hosted by different people over the years, starting with Douglas Ranga, Byron's the Major, Jackster. Yeah, so I found the station not a good state. So basically we started from a scratch to coming up. Some of the challenges I got in between there were friends, the people who used to be close to me all moved on, The come and work, now they don't want to work. A couple of artists, of course, for the people who are following over the years. Yeah. What makes me happy is like looking at these old people, these different artists, and they are successful now, but at least I was in their journey. That's what makes me happy, that people change a lot. The people we used to chill out with, on average, like I would receive like 80 to 90 calls a day. Boss, none of them. Anyway, I'll be giving you some of those details when the next episode comes in. Yeah, we'll be talking, and you could also tell me what you think. Yeah. So I'll also tell you about the relationships. Yeah. Until when we catch up in the next one, Luzze Andrew Anderson still remains my name. You can be following our YouTube at any time. That is Luzze Andrew Anderson. Just in case you want to watch my programs still on this YouTube, we keep uploading. I do that daily show, Ichugunda, from 4 to 6 every day. That is Monday to Friday. Of course, I work with another lady called Señorito. Yeah, so you can be following up. But if you've watched up to the end, I want to say thank you very much for watching. Someone can decide not to request their MBs. Yeah, so I've been at my place, at my home, just decided to chat with you. Till we catch up in the next one. Bless you.